Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, guys. Listen, let's go in here and take a look here. What we're going to take a look are the indicators. And what I wanted to do here was go way back and actually check them out on a level where there was sinking volume, right? I want to go back and I want to show you guys kind of work through, like, maybe if I can show the indicators in a way that you guys can see how they act. Maybe you can understand what they do a little bit more. So let's go back here when there was a big pump in November. There we go. So this is kind of like the end over here where November there was the big push, and this was last year, and then it started to come down. So let's take a closer look here, and let's dig into the indicators as far as, like, you know, I want to walk you through kind of like understanding how to go through your charts and get yourself set up to where you have a little more understanding of how they operate. So let's do that. All right, so here we're going to start here with this little crash here. So now back here, let's rotate here. So this is going to be on the 15-minute. Because the 5-minute goes back. There's too many bars to go back on a 5-minute. You can only go so far back on a chart based on bars. So if you have, you know, a certain amount of bars, 10, 100,000 or 200,000 bars, it only goes so far back. So what we're gonna do here is on the 15-minute, I want to take a look, kind of like what's triggering these pumps, right? So now an average pump, just so you can get an eyeball ideal. Let's slide in here and say that we get it here on this particular type of move. Now, as you know, we're always looking for a 1% move, but what I want to do here is kind of like get an eyeball for like a 3% move, like something really simple here that we can kind of look at and go, okay, that was 3%. That's what we want to be. We want to be solid 3% moves, which is that right there. Okay, so we're going to take this, we're going to copy, we're going to delete. Okay, so right here, just going off the simplicity of a green trend, right? So now I'm going to be introducing a new indicator here, and it's going to be tied in with the other indicators. But before I do that, I like to test the indicators to see if they fit and make everything better. So let me walk you through what I'm actually doing here. So here I have a buy signal on this new indicator we'll be introducing, and that would have got us into a pitch right here. But then there's always a pullback. Remember, guys, keep that in your mind. Pull back, everything pulls back, right? So now on that pullback, we get a green trend, 15-minute green trend, and we have positive volume, right? And that's kind of what I want to focus on here. Green moon, positive volume, buy signal, green trend, right? Now that activates a nice little push here that got about 8%, right? That was a nice little push. About 8% right there, okay? Now, let's slide down here, and we'll take a closer look at shorts later, but I mean, here you can see once you get that push up, and then this, and this is where you have to look for it. These lines right here, the reason why I had you guys add these lines with the moons is because they're basically an RSI, a relative strength index line, but inside of your MACD to go with your volume. So they give you two indicators to look at once, because sometimes what I'm going to introduce with this new indicator, if I bring this in, we'll get rid of the RSI on this because we'll be using this indicator here, or you guys will be able to set up a second map like right here and have 2 pages where you can have indicators on both sides. And this is just a simple split screen up here. So it's you know, we're just trying to keep it to where it's a free version. Unless you guys, you know, upgrade, then you can make life easier for yourselves. But there's ways to use the free version. All right, so right here, let's take a look. Here's your indicator here. There's a buy signal. We have a green moon. We have positive volume, right? And what we're going to create here are rules to enter, right? When should we enter? 15-minute green, buy signal, volume, moon, entry, 8-point gain, right? Now right here, you see this is a 17 line up here, 17, 18 line. This is a 14. This is the 18 line, right? And I'm gonna put this here, and I'm gonna see how this is marked here. This is the 28 line. I'm gonna put the 17 line in there as well. And those are just indicator lines, kind of like on the RSI where you have, I put a 100 line, because anytime it hits a 100, it's oversold. It's coming back down over the next, time periods. But let's see what we have here. So when you see the MACD have a sharp bend on its volume line right there, you could go ahead and claim your short. Now normally if you're in on a 15-minute, you're going to sell on an earlier time frame, which we'll take a look on other pages, but that's normally a good idea. When you see that 15-minute bend like that, that's where you want to start taking your profit and call it a day. But by then you pretty much had a nice little run. You should have been taking profits anyways. All right, so let's move forward here. Now let's get to the next time that we come down here. We have a 15-minute. And the 15-minute trend turns green here. We have a green moon. We do not have positive volume here. We do get a green trend here, and we consolidate all the way through, and then finally we get a little bit of positive volume, but the buy signal triggers right here. So that would have been somewhere in here, would have been buy signal. You probably would have get on this next candle right here, and that's a nice little 3%. So that made 3% right there. So that worked out. Green. So this is on the 15-minute. So right now what I'm seeing on the 15-minute is moon, trend, buy. And that's producing 3% moves. Okay, so now let's see if that holds true. Once again, right here, you see this? Look at your MACD, right? I want you guys to be learning this as we move forward. Right there, you see your MACD, you see this RSI on your MACD, you see how it bends down right there? That's a clear indicator to be taking profits right in the zone here. You see that bend down? And obviously the red moon comes in, and you definitely want to be out by then. All right, now let's push this forward here. Sorry guys, I've been looking at these charts for the last 2 days. This is Floki, and the reason why I'm looking at Floki is because I got very interested because on the bigger coins, they move less, right? Because there's not as much fluctuation, so it should be easier for these indicators to be correct. Well, I don't want to test the indicators on easy coins. I want to test them on coins that have really high fluctuation, so that we can tune them in and adjust the settings so that we can try to get them perfect. You know what I mean? And then on the other ones, they should be immaculate. So that's why we're looking at Floki, because Floki just got listed on KuCoin, and it's been going crazy, and I've been killing it doing short trades, like 30% every single time. But what I wanted to do is go back and look at Floki and see if these indicators, I want to adjust my indicators to Floki, because if it works on Floki, then it should work on coins that don't have so much buying and selling going on, if that makes sense to you. All right, so now it holds true that we go green moon, green trend, buy signal. Okay? Now once again, green moon, green trend, buy signal. And once again, it looks like we were able to get a 3% gain. So once again, we were able to get a 3% gain, right? Now let's go back over here. Here you go. And once again, look at your MACD. You see that sharp turn down? Even though that's a green volume button, notice how the bend in the RSI was heading straight down? That's a sell. All right, let's repeat. Now here we have a red moon. We're coming across. We get a buy signal on the red moon. Now this is a 15-minute candle, which means there's always the amounts of pushes are better than normal. So red moon, green buy signal, there's still a nice little push there. But I don't know if we want to risk that every time. So, you know, we could look at this and say how many times out of 10. So let me put this here, and I'm going to put the 15 minute, and on here, I'm going to put the buy signal only, meaning that there's a red moon, right? So red moon, green trend, buy, right? That means you would have seen this signal pop up here. It probably already pushed. The next candle was a buy-in, and let's see how you would have done. Let's bring this down here. And that next candle got a nice little 1% move. So that was still an execution of 1% move right there. So that was a 1% move on that. Now I'm going to track these and see how many of those actually end up like that, because that might be something you guys can use. I don't normally do those because, like I said, the trade has already happened, plus the moon is red, so I don't really trust that. So to me, I'm just gonna track it so you guys can track it as well, so you can see what it's like not to say. You don't want to take risks. You want high performing trades, right? That's not a trade I would make right there. So just so you know, I want to kind of get that all out for you guys, so that way you're not getting into trades that you shouldn't be in. Okay, now. Buy signal, green moon on here, which would have been happening somewhere on this one right here. Now that means you would probably have the ability to buy in right here. And like I said, the one thing that I don't want to do, and that's another 2% gain. So it is working out, but what I think I want to clarify is, like, you know, once, if it's not a reset of the trend line, right? The trend doesn't reset, right? Now, this is a buy, a moon, and a green trend. So that is probably the least of it all. So a moon, a trend, or actually it would be a trend first. Trend, moon, trend, buy, moon. So buy sign and moon equals 1.5%. All right, so I'm gonna take a look at these as well as we move forward, just to kind of see like what's happening with that, right? All right, so now we slide into, obviously, right, once again, I want to keep pointing this out to you guys. Look at the basically a relative strength line index, and right here you're seeing it bend down, and then as it pushes, once it pushes through, that's your sell again. Once it hits that line, it's bouncing and rejecting on the 15, and it's coming back down. So a lot of times, as soon as you see that bend in the 15 minute, if you're not paying attention to the other, because you should be selling on the 3 minute or the 5 minute. Once you enter on the 15, sell on the 5 and the 3, right? Don't be greedy, sell on the 3. 5 is pushing it, okay? 3 minutes. So if you enter on the 15, sell on the 3, 5 is pushing it, okay? Don't be greedy. I kind of want to get to you guys where it's a simple plan of like 100 leverage, or actually, you know, maybe even using like 40 leverage, 40 to 50 leverage, and taking 30% every time. Using 100 leverage is the ultimate thing to do, and taking 30% gains every single time, right? 30%, as soon as you see it, you just buy, right? Unless you kind of are looking at a thing that's just exploding, then you should know the difference, right? But we'll get into a little more education on that. But right now, I just want to focus on 30% gains, 30% gains, right? That's the entire job. Your job is like, you know, being at McDonald's, you know, making the Big Mac. 30% gains, 30% gains. That's all you do. You're a 30% gain crew, right? Now let's focus here. Red. Let's see how we do this again. Green moon, buy signal, right? So here you go. You have a green moon and a buy signal, right? So I'm gonna launch this here. All right. So now I have a green moon, a buy, and that's an easy 6%. All right, so this is where I'm gonna check these. This is how I see what these signals will actually be, or what's the average win rate, or win percentage for when they trigger, right? Green moon, buy signal, by itself, no trend, 6%, right? Now let's scroll down here. When it does become a trend, right? Green moon, buy signal, pullback, green trend, right? What happened here was this is probably a 0.5% right here, right? This is why a lot of times as soon as you get in, you got to make sure that you're keeping your stop loss, you know, as soon as you see that little pump up, like as soon as that next candle pushes up, you put your stop loss right at your entry. That way, if it does come back on you, all you lost was the cost of the entry, right? We're going to lose, just say 3 out of 10 trades. Well, we're only going to lose the entry cost of getting into these trades. Now, the weird thing about this was when there was a green moon, a buy signal, and then a trend, right? Now, this is what I want to track here. So, a green moon, a buy, and then a trend equaled %. Okay. Now I want to track that because if it's happening like that, maybe when that trade happens, maybe if the green moon, then the buy comes in, and then the trend, maybe I don't want to get in this. But there's also some other things that I want to look at later that I didn't have here, and I'll show you what I'm going to add, is also what's happening on the 1 hour. Because right now we're not looking at the 1 hour, because if I go to the 1 hour, it's going to bring me to the back of the current trade. Then I have to scroll all the way back and find this location. But you'll see what I'm talking about. As we move forward, we're going to start tracking the 1 hour. We want to see what the trend is. Right now, I don't know if this is right. I don't know if the 1 hour is negative. I don't know if the 1 hour trend is red. I don't know if this coin is in a downward slot or is it in a positive slot, right? So I have to also know that too. So I'm just kind of like right here, just collecting a little bit of data as I move forward. All right, so here, once again, we go across the red moon, buy signal, no production, even with a trend. So without a green moon, the buy and the trend are worthless, right? Both times worthless. So let's move forward. Here comes the buy again. Here comes the trend again. Worthless. When does it become something? When it's a moon, right? So when you have a buy, trend, moon, that equals 7%, right? So that did a nice little 7% jump right there. So we would have waited on that moon, positive volume, right? Let's throw that in there. Positive volume, 7%. Positive, see right there, boom, nice little move. We were coming up on there. Hit that. If you were able to get that, nice little run. Pushes up, and as you can see, it bends down. You'd want to get out. So that's going to be 7%. Now let's roll again. Let's see what we got. So now we have, and you can look at the shorts too. So on the 15, if you have a red moon, a red trend, right? That was good for a nice little 15% right there, man. Red moon, right? Low volume, right? Small volume. So let's write that down. So let me go to my shorts here. I'm just going to collect data. All right. So when we go moon, trend, small volume, right? Because it's small volume because it's still on the positive side, but it's small volume, right? It's still positive, it's just small volume. At that point, that gave us a nice little 8%. Okay, so we're going to track that as well. All right, so now let's see here. Once again, green moon, trend, and buy. And we have a nice little run here that gets us all the way up to our 14 line up here, right? You like the volume to get at least to this green line here, and then you start looking to sell once it pops over this line here. This is your top 10 line or 9. It's like a 9-9. It's the 10 line, right? Once it breaks through the 10 line right here, then you're going to be looking to sell. Now we have a nice little push down here, but it's not like a sharp pull down like them other ones, right? It was just coasting down, and then it popped for us, and obviously we had a nice little move there. Now this right here is moon trend buy, right? So let's go back to our longs, right? What do we have here? So moon trend buy 3%, right? Holding true. Moon trend buy. Easy 3%. Nice move right there. Right? So now as we slide down, even though that's like a 10, 15% right there, 8, 10, I don't change it. I want an average of 3%, something I can count on, right? We don't need to get crazy here. So now let's go over here and see what we have here. Once again, red moon, red trend, easy 7%, right? What's our shorts, right? What are our shorts here? Red moon, trend, 7%. Right? Now, I mean, that's red moon, trend, 7%. All right, here we go again. What do we have? Here's the turn on. Here's the green right here. Green moon, green trend, buy. What do we have? That looks like a solid 3% right there. Yeah, so if you would have got, here's the candle on the trend. If you would have got the green moon, the trend, as soon as that started flashing into a buy, 3% gains right there. 3% gains. Once again, 3% gains, right? So this is working out. This is looking like, and remember guys, this is November of 2022. This is when the market wasn't the greatest in the world. It was starting to come down and people were selling off, panicking for the, Christmas and Black Friday and all that stuff. Once again, let's go in here. Let's see what we have here. Green moon, buy, trend, right? Notice how when the green moon and the buy hit first, you have to it's kind of like a weird dynamic, but this does get 3% here. So let's go in here and take a look here. Green, so a green moon, a buy signal, right? That's about, let's take a look. I think that's like 3% again, but we can double check. A green moon, a buy signal, 3%. And the trend kicks in, and what do we end up with? We end up with like 6%. Now that's what the other one was. The other one went for 6%. This one goes for 6% again, pretty easily. So the green moon and the buy is getting nice little 6% runs, right? So I'm going to change that to green moon buy. I'm going to put it at 4% because I don't want to over push it, right? Now, another thing that we have here is positive volume, right? Look at that positive volume. So I want to make sure that that's in there. Green moon buy, positive volume, 4%. Okay. Let's scroll down here. What do we have? Green moon, trend. So when we get trend, green moon, buy, 1%. So let's see what we have here. Trend, buy, moon, 1.5. Trend, buy, moon. That's about right. So let's see here. Let's do this again here. Trend, buy, moon, 1.5%. That's about the average. So when it goes trend, moon, and that's positive volume right there too. That's positive volume right there. Positive volume. Still with positive volume. Trend, moon, buy, right? Trend, moon, buy, positive volume 1.5. Okay. Moving across, what do we have here? This one is, once again, green moon, buy signal, once again. Solid push again on that buy signal. That's right. Trend moon buy, positive value 1.5. Now this one is a moon and a buy. Moon, buy, positive volume. That's rocking out 6% again. All right, moving on from here. Buy signal, no moon, no trend, still pushed 1% on there. So just a buy right here, 1% right there, and it's on its way down too. So that little buy signal popped in there, and that still got 1% there. So that buy signal is kind of like showing up everywhere, and I want to kind of put it here, just a buy signal, 1%. Okay. All right, now let's see what we have here. Now you see how this, here's your green moon, here's your buy signal. And you see right here, we get a nice little push here. And that looks like it's going to be 3% anyways. But we never know on these as far as like, we never know if that's going to be continuous, right? So here you go. You have a buy signal, a green moon. This is low volume, right? Once again, low volume, right? So let's break this down. 1.6%. That buy came in over here, and that body is not worth it right there. So now we have a little bit of a different scenario there. So now this is I'm gonna put that over here. Negative volume. Okay, I got a negative volume spot, right? So this is moon, buy, with a moon and a buy, moon, buy, negative volume, not worth getting into a trade until you see moon, buy, trend. Moon by trend is where this dropped, and there was positive volume there, right? So let's go back up here. Moon, buy, trend, 5%. Negative volume there. Okay, so positive volume up top. So that's a good rule right there, right? So green moon, buy signal, trend, right? Nice little jump, nice little jump, right? So let's keep sliding here. And what you're going to see is eventually I wanted to get a little more detail, so I'm going to be adding in more information as we get closer as we go through here. I just wanted to get some data here so you guys could see what these, you know, when you're looking at these things, I'm trying to reproduce how you guys look at these indicators, right? Because I was thinking after a while, listening to some people, even though I was calling out trades that I was getting into, they were getting in late and then losing money, and because they were getting in at the top. So I was confused on, you know, what on these indicators are you guys missing, or the individual is missing, that I can fix so that even the person who doesn't understand can still be successful, right? So creating very solid rules on how to use the trade indicators and decisions is pretty much it. So here we go. We have a green moon, negative volume, pushes up. We have a buy signal. So green moon, buy signal. And remember, when we get a green moon and a buy signal, we normally see a 3% move, right? There's only been one time that there's been a green moon and a buy signal that it didn't really move so far. So far, a green moon and a buy signal has brought us 3% wins, right, with this new indicator, right? Now, if we wait and we get into here, we have green moon, buy signal, trend, and we are guaranteed a little more success in this area. We're still negative volume, but we were able to pull off 2% here. So 2% gain, right? Now, I'll go ahead and double check that for you. And that's a trend you would be buying in here. And there you go. It's a 1% right there. That's 3%. We don't want that. We don't want that. I want a 2% right there. Okay. So getting in here, you have your green moon, your trend. Right. Here's your buy signal. Here's your green moon, your buy signal. Then it turns into a trend. That's where you would be getting in this zone here. I'm going to move this up a little bit. And that right there gave us a 1.8. So not a bad move there at 1.5. So, but that is with negative volume. So with negative volume, and that's where I'm going to put this under here. When we have a moon, a buy, a trend, we get 1.5%. All right. Once again, low volume, green moon, green trend, buy 1%. Right? See, when you're dealing with low volume, you're getting an average of 1%. Right? Green moon, buy 1%. Right? Low volume, low volume, negative volume, negative volume. What are we working with negative volume? You get a moon, a trend, and a buy. A moon, a trend, and a buy. Negative volume. This is the 15-minute. Enter. So this is the moon, the trend, the buy. We're getting 1%. Right? See, when it's negative volume, it's very hard to like make a decision, you know, unless the other things are positive. And we're going to get into that in a little bit. I'm just doing basics right now just to take a look here. All right, once again, let's slide down and see what we have here. Negative volume, right? Negative volume. Negative volume basically means there's a line here, right? Here's your bottom line is green, red, top line is green, the middle volume is right here. When positive volume happens, it's on top of this line. That's positive volume. So right now we are dealing with negative volume, right? Negative volume, which means our RSIs are normally oversold, bouncing, but this is negative volume, right? So what do we have? Green moon, negative volume, a trend, right? Green moon, negative volume, trend, 1%, not worth it. We didn't get our buy signal here. So green moon, trend, no buy signal, 1%, right? So, moon, trend, 1%. Right? You see how the odds of making money here are more riskier when you're negative volume? And we're going to figure this out. We're going to take a look at this. I'm going to walk you guys through this. So this way you guys can go, oh, this is what he's talking about. I don't want you guys to be confused anymore on what I'm seeing versus what you're seeing, right? Here we go again. Now, once you're out of a trade, you let the trade reset, change trends, get back into it, right? I had a good weekend looking at these charts, so I'm very excited to kind of like go through these charts with you right now. So here we go. Red trend, red mood, obviously. Now, we come here, now we get green moon. We get a positive volume, right? Look at that, positive volume, right? And a buy signal. This is an 8% move, right? So let's go over here. We're in positive volume. Let me scroll up. Now, what was that? A moon, a trend, a buy. Moon, trend, buy, 3%. Once again, moon, trend, buy is definitely hitting, right? Multiple times right there. moon, trend, buy signal, positive volume, 3% gain. Okay. Once again, the break of the tip right there, the RSI bending down, get out. You should be getting out on the 3 minute anyways, but there you go. We'll go back and I'll show you how to get out on the 3 minutes. So this way you guys know. All right, let that reset. Be patient. Guys, remember, I want to keep hitting this in your head. You guys got to say to yourself, the entire purpose of my next trade is to make 30% and get out. That is it. Do not go over how much money you made. Don't worry about what you took in. Don't think about anything except the basics. One ideal. The ideal is to get in the perfect trade once, one trade at a time. One trade at a time. Not multiple trades, not 4 trades today, not 10 trades today. One trade at one time, the best trade possible, 30% profits. That's it. That's the entire job. One trade, the perfect trade, 30% profits. That's the job. Keep saying it to yourself. One trade, perfect trade, 30% profits. Done. One trade, perfect trade, 30% profits. Done. Stop over trading. Okay? Now, here we go. We reset. Come down. What do we have here? Let's take a look and see if anything fails here. Green trend. Right? Green trend. No moon. No buy. Right? Then we come over here and what do we have? We have green moon. We have a buy signal. And what do we get? Once again, a solid 2% move. You see that? Now, the reason why I'm going for 2% moves is because you know, if you're in the academy, we only want 1% movements. 1% at 100x is what? A double up. If it's a 50x, it's half a double up. Get it? We need a 1% move. These are killing it with the 2% move. Once again, 2% move, right? And what is it? Green moon, positive volume, buy signal. Okay, let me go over here. Green moon, normally we get 5%. I'm gonna put here green moon, positive volume, buy signal. I'm going to cut that in half and I'm going to put 2%, right? Because we don't want to risk it. We want the worst case scenario, right? Even though it does better than that, I want the worst case scenario, right? 2%, right? Once again, negative volume comes in, right? And don't forget, here you go. Here's your short, right? You have a red trend right here. And red moon kicks in, right? Boom, short. Right there. There's your short right there. And even, guys, even on shorts, there's always a retracement. You see how this plunges down? Then it bounces back up. The reason why is because there's people who have buy limits, right? Who are setting buys along the area. When it plunges down, there's a lot of people that see that dip who automatically buy because they know it's going to fill a gap, right? You see here people talk about, I don't know if you guys, how much YouTube or TikTok you're watching, but there should be people out there talking about when there's a giant gap, the coin always fills the gap and then goes back into what it's doing. So if you see this big plunge happen, right? So red moon comes in, you have a red trend, the red moon happens right, literally right when this big boom happens, right? At that point, take a look at the volume, right? Let this next candle form and see what's happening. If it's going green, wait for the next candle. If it's green, stay out. If it's green, stay out. Then it becomes red. Then you would enter a short off this candle and then you would continue the move down. Okay? Now remember what I said there, right? We're going to retest that on some other shorts, right? Today I'm kind of focusing on longs, but we might as well cover them both. All right. Yeah. Green moon, negative volume, buy signal, trend, right? Goes sideways, right? Goes sideways. And then it resets, right? So what is that? That's we'll say 1%. So green moon, right? Let's go to negative volume, right? So moon, trend, buy signal, 1%. So that's holding true. That's 2 times I've seen that. Green moon, buy signal, trend, negative volume. It's a negative volume, Charlie. All right, 1% move. Still a winning move. So this is what I mean, guys. Even if you were doing terrible, you could still win on this move, right? But we don't want to be barely winning. We want to be in solid trades that are supposed to jump. Negative volume on the 15-minute. Why are we getting into a trade? Right? It needs to be a little bit higher. And as you can tell, it's not panning out. All right. Coasting through. All right, here we go. Green moon, no trend, no buy signal, nothing happens. You write it out, and then red moon comes, just so you know. Green moon, no trend, no buy signal. You write it out, negative volume anyways, right? Negative volume anyways. Write it out, comes all the way down. Red moon sets in, bada boom, bada bing, and then here we go again. What do we have? Green moon, negative volume, right? Green trend. Rides out. Nothing's really happening. Buy signal. Positive volume. Okay? Let's go look this up. Green moon. Trend. Let me look in the positive volume. Okay. Green moon, trend, buy signal, 3%. Is that what we got? We sure the hell did. Once again, bloop, that happens. Once again, green moon, trend, then the buy signal, positive volume. See that? Positive volume. So just waiting for positive volume. How many times do I cover that? Positive volume. All right, there you go. Positive volume. All right, let's rotate through. Let's see what else we got. And we'll keep digging through here. Red moon, red trend, red moon, buy signal. That buy signal, boy, that buy signal comes in. That's another 1%. That buy signal dangerous, man. That buy signal comes in. It's a quick pump. It's a quick pump and dump. Pump, dump, pump, dump. I mean, it's dangerous to mess with, but it's giving 1% every time it pops up. That buy signal on positive volume. Let me see. Let's see here. Buy signal, positive volume. That's twice I've seen it actually deliver a 1% gain. Right? Now let's go here. Let's get into the nitty gritty. Let's see if anything bonus happens here. Green moon, trend, no buy signal. Green moon, trend with no buy signal, right? Measly 0.5%. Green moon, positive volume, trend, right? Green moon, positive volume, green moon. Right, look at that. Look at that candle right there. It's 3%. That's something I have to write down there. So just the moon, green volume, 3%. Green moon, green volume, 3%. Nothing else. Trend comes in, it's already pumped, right? Trend comes in, positive volume, and notice how, I mean, this is still a 1%. If you're getting into this trade here, you're still making your 1%. That's why it's key to take your 1%. And if you ran that up or you're bouncing off the moving average, the 200 moving average, and pay attention to that, guys. When you get above the moving 200 moving average, the orange line that's on your QE, in your indicator, I mean, that's going to be a support line or a resistance line, right? Here, it's resistance. It bounces, and then it keeps bouncing until it breaks it, right? Once it breaks it, Now it's fighting it, and then it has to break it again, right? Pay attention to that, especially on the 15-minute. The 15-minute moving average is very important, and the 5-minute. It's there for a reason. It's going to hit and move around. It's kind of like it's average, right? So that's, you know, what that is. Now the key here is green moon has a big pump with green volume. So when you see a green moon with green volume like that, especially as you're going here, your positive volume, it goes red where it retraces, and then all of a sudden it kicks in green. And this is a trade that you would have been in early over here is the actual trade you would have been in, and this was a massive trade. Like, look at this trade here. So here's your trade right here, right? Green moon, green trend. You come across, buy signal, bada boom, bada bing, positive volume. Look at this massive trade that you would have got into on a run, and then you would have been selling in this zone right here off the 3-minute, and then you had the retracement. Then off the retracement, right? Off the retracement, you have a buy signal pop in, and it perks for 1%. But then you get your green moon to come in, right? Here's your buy signal, here's your green moon, and then it jumps. So that's really a buy and a green moon. I need to fix that. A buy, a green moon, green volume 3%. All right, that was the jump. All right, now positive volume. Look at that volume, green volume. Now this takes a little time. Like, I'm not too concerned about you guys catching this particular trade. It'll take time, and we're gonna go retest this particular trade. A buy signal, a green moon with green volume, 3%. We just seen it one time. We're just putting it down so that we can go back and see if that's something that is an average of 7 out of 10 times, right? So that's the first time we've seen it. Green moon pops in, there's a pump, there you go, and it worked out as long as there's positive volume. So we're going to keep track of that, guys. Not a trade that you guys can look at and say, that's the one I'm getting in. Just a trade that's, you know, I want you guys to learn when you're looking at your trades what makes money and what doesn't, so you can understand what we're trading. Okay, now here's we come right here. Here we go again. We have a buy, a trend, and then a moon, and then an explosion right there. A buy, a trend, and then the moon pumps it, right? Now that's something we've said before, right? We had a buy, a trend, a moon, positive volume, 7%. And that looks like another 7%. So we're gonna do a quick check here. Moon, buy, the moon pops in right there. You get in at the bottom of this candle. Nice little 2%. So that's an easy 2%er. I'm gonna put this down. I'm gonna change the buy, the trend, the moon, positive volume to 2%. Because I want to keep it, you know, that's I want to see the averages. I don't want anything crazy. If something is continuously massive, then we'll keep it massive. But we just want averages right here. 2% is beautiful. We only need 1%. Remember that. Comes down. Here's your short. Okay, green moon, buy, trend, 2%. Green moon, buy, green moon, trend, buy, 2%. Right? Yeah, 2%. See right there? 2%. Right? What do we have? Green moon, trend, buy, 2%. I know we've been seeing this. Moon, trend, buy, 3%. I mean, that's hitting right there every time. That's another one, right? So that seems to be the killer, right? And what I do is I have a notepad, right? And on my notepad, every time I see a sequence, I put down the smallest amount that it makes. And then every time that sequence repeats, I put a dot, right? And then I go back and I look at what trades repeat themselves so many times and how often did those trades hit the average that I have for it, right? So far, the moon, trend, and a buy is averaging 3%, and we've seen that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times already. So this is becoming a theme, right? So this is how you can also look at it and be like, oh, I get it, right? I'm walking you through the basics of how to do this, man. That's it, okay? You understand? I'm trying to break this down to where you guys can see how to look at it from scratch, from the beginning to the end, right? Now, once we take that trade, we're out. We let it go back. Red moon comes in. The red moon resets us, right? Once we have a reset, we start again. What do we have? A green trend, a green moon, and a buy. What did we just go through? A green trend, a moon, and a buy signal. Positive volume. Look at that. That's a winner to me, right? Trend, moon, buy signal. Trend, moon, buy signal. Trend, moon, buy signal. What do we got? Worth 1% to me. That looks like a 1%er to me. So let's move this here. So what is that? Trend, moon, buy signal. Hit again. Trend, moon, buy signal. Once again, bye-bye. All right, moving along. Red moon resets. What do we have? Green moon. With that green moon, what do we got? Green moon, buy signal, 1%. See how that green moon, buy signal, not as fancy as before, right? But this is also negative volume. So let's go down to negative volume. So moon, buy signal, all right, moon and buy signal, 1%. Okay, 1%. Negative volume, right? Keep in mind what I'm saying, guys. Negative volume. All right, but I mean, 1% is 1%. I mean, we're hitting 1%. But they're not the best trades, right? And what you need is to always be focusing on doing your best trade. Once again, we come in green, boom, boom. What do we get here, right? Green moon, buy signal. You wait until you get a trend. What do you get? What do you do when you wait? You get into here. What is this worth right here? Let's find out. Let's find out what they won, Johnny. Solid 1%, right? So by waiting for the green moon, the buy, but the trend to go green, that's getting you a 1%. So that's a still negative volume, right? We're negative volume, still negative volume, but we got our 1%. So what is that? A moon, a buy, and a trend, right? So moon, buy, moon, buy trend, 1.5%. Boom, boom. There you go. That's twice that has happened, right? So now you guys can see, like, understand what's happening when you guys are doing trades with negative volume down here. That's not the way to do it, man. It's just not the way. It's risky, right? Meaning that you should already be in your head that the moment I make 30% profit on my 50x or my 100x, I'm out that trade, right? Small caps like Floki, you want to be doing about a 50x, 45x, right? Like a 40x. 1%, like 30% profits, out the door. You just take it and leave. Take it and leave, right? 40% leverage on a coin like Floki, 30%, take it and leave, right? So far, we're winning with that. All right, we're scrolling down. What do we have? Green moon, trend in, out, trend again, nothing. So what are we waiting for here? Green moon, we need some buys, and here's our red moon. Here's our reset. Green moon, positive volume, and a buy sign. Once again, look at this, man. Once again, this is a dangerous play here, but look at this move. 2%, an easy 2%. So that's at least 1% right there. So what do we have? Green moon and a buy signal, right? With positive volume. Positive volume. So a green moon. A green moon and a buy signal, we're averaging 2%. Seen that twice. Green moon, buy signal, 2%. Boom, right? Sell, take your profits because it always pulls back. And now, look what we get here. So now we have a green moon, we have our buy signal, and we're waiting for our trend, right? Right there, notice this, green moon, buy signal, it pulls back. We get a trend, right? We're negative volume, right? Guys, pay attention, please pay attention. Pay attention, please. Pay attention. Ready? Pay attention. This is why you cannot risk taking a trade in negative value. Okay? Especially when the trade was already profitable, right? So what we see here is that this trade already triggered, right? We triggered a green moon and a buy signal. That's the trade on this particular moon. Once it hit, this trade is over. The next trade has to reset, right? It has to go to a red moon and then back to a green moon before you can take the next trade. Okay, let me write that down. I'm gonna put this down. Okay, rules, right? One of the trade rules, right? Okay, once a moon appears and a trade option has happened, you can't take a second trade if negative volume. Okay, now we're going to put that there. We're going to come back to that because I want to see what happens if it's positive volume, right? But negative volume, I want to keep it to where once that trade comes to get in there, so far, trade rules. Once a moon appears and a trade option has happened, you can't take a second trade if negative value, right? Green moon, buy signal, trade happened, negative volume, trend comes in, moon buy trend, negative volume. You cannot jump in a trade on this trend. Cannot take the moon, the buy, the trend. Even though the moon, the buy, and the trend, right? Moon, buy, trend normally goes for 5% moves, right? Most rookies would jump in that and say, man, I had a green moon, a buy signal, and a trend. But your negative value. Oops. VC always says wait for positive volume. I used to always say wait, most of the time we're waiting for like green value, you know what I mean? I changed the indicators here to make them a little more sensitive or a little more tougher so you could actually, as soon as it's positive volume and it's on the upper half on the positive side, then you can enter a trade, right? And then this is what you're learning right now. Oops, negative value. Oops, right? There's not a good size volume on there. You don't have a nice volume on there. Right? Boom, fail. They dump on you, right? Why do they dump on you? Because there's a trade that already happened and people already made money. So they sold, right? Start understanding that once a trade makes money, people are selling that damn trade. And once it comes down and it retests and it runs again, you see how it ran again? There was no volume there to run, and then people panicked and sold. Did they sell too early? Yes, because that probably would have went for 5% like it normally does. But these people panic because there's no volume. That's why we have this indicator right here. It's the reason why we use that indicator. The volume indicator with the RSI strength index lines on it with the moons is basically set up to let you know that if it's not a positive volume on the other side, there's not one positive candle there, you can't enter the trade because people panic. This sell panic, that came out of nowhere. Does that normally happen? Nah, I'm going to say that might happen 1 out of 20 trades, maybe 50 trades. But the fact that there was no volume here is where these indicators would have saved your ass. That's why we use them. Okay? Now, let's reset. Trend, red moon comes in. Bada boom. What are we looking for? Trend, green moon, positive, green buy, right? Let's go. Look at this run. What do we have? Look at this run, this next run we get into by being patient, right? We have a green trend. We have a green moon. We're positive volume on a buy signal. So what is that? Trend, moon, buy, positive volume. You know what do we get out of that? An average of 1.5%. Is that what we got there? Abso-freaking-lutely. Another dot. And it was even huger, but I don't care about the huger runs. I care about the small averages. I'm not here to hit grand slams. Okay? I love a lot of the guys that I don't even post when I do 3, 4, 500x guys. All right? Because it's not the system that I'm teaching you, right? Where you're at a job here, and your job is to take 30%. 30% minimum, cash out 50%. But your job is to be happy when that bump goes above 30. Click, click, right? And then you will learn to, run more, right? When the pullback happens, you will learn to make a little extra. But man, I'm 30%, man. 30%. If you can do 30%, right? Every 7 trades, right? You double your money, right? And you got to understand, you're going to have trades that go 50 to 60% sometimes out of nowhere, right? So in a week, you're going to double your money twice, right? So if you have 100, it's 300 in a week. You know what I mean? So by focusing on that and repeating that, right? Do that 4 times in a row, then, you're making your 300 a week. After the, 4 times in a row you repeat, now you're making 600 a week. Right? That's a job, right? That's a normal paying job. Then guess what? 4 times you master that, you're making 1,200. And guess that? You got a manager's job. 1,200 a week, sitting at home, watching charts, playing with your kids, your family, going to eat, watching your TV, using your washroom, spending time with your loved ones. That's simple, man. 4, 8, 12 times. 16 times later, guys, you're making $2,000 a week, man. I don't know. If you understand what it is to be patient, right? Your job is to do one thing, one trade, the right trade, 30% profit. One trade, the right trade, 30% profit. One trade, the right trade, 30% profit. That's your daily goal. Your job every day is to do one trade, the right trade, 30% profit. One trade, the right trade, 30% profit. What's your job every day? What do you do every day? One job, one day, every day. One trade. One trade every day. Even if it takes you 5 hours to find it. One trade every day, 30% profit. Okay, let's get back to this. Now, trend. Green moon, positive volume, bada boom, bada bing. Moving forward, boop, reset, trend comes down. What do we have again? Trend, green moon, positive volume. What do we get? Another 1% right there. Green moon, you buy in here, easy, right? So this is trend, moon, right? So let's go find trend and moon. Trend. I'm just going to delete that. So just trend, moon, 1%. Trend moon 1%. Trend moon 1%. Trend moon 1%. Right? Because you would get here, the moon pops in, you pick this off, 1%. Right? Let's check it out. Make sure it's 1%. Long position, bada boom, 1%. Very basic, and like I said, that's all we need, guys. That's way more than your 30%, right? This see how easy it is going to get 30%, right? Because that 1%, if you're doing a 50x like you're supposed to, that's 50%. Half of that is your 30, right? 25, 30. That easy. You're hitting it every single time. All right, resetting here, and it's going to get easier as we get to the next thing that I'm going to show you and teach you, right? So now green moon. Let's see what this is. Green moon, positive volume on trend. Right, there you go. 1%, right? Moving forward. Let's reset. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything here. Let me go back. Green trend, green moon, 1%. Okay, this trend goes red. Right, what do you have? Red trend, negative volume, red trend, bada boom, bada bing. There you go. You get a buy signal here, a little glitch in the matrix. See, this is why I don't see. Here's a buy signal by itself, and it's slightly positive volume, but I mean it's a 0.5%. That's why, you know, people that doesn't work. That doesn't work for me because so far we're 50-50 on that, right? All right, I'm going to put 0.5%, 0.5, half a percent for that because I'm going to come back and check that. All right, negative, negative, negative. Tons of money made in a short, short, short. Here we go again. Green moon, negative volume, nothing, nothing. Negative volume, nothing. Negative volume, nothing, right? Here we go. Finally, what do we got? Green moon, we're waiting. Positive volume, trend buy. Look at that. Right? What do we got? Green moon, trend buy. Let's go find that. Moon, trend buy. Average 3%. Is that 3%? Let's say that you got your trend, you got your buy. Let's not even get in on this candle. Like, let's get at the top of that candle and let's see again. Easy 3%. Okay, very easy, very nice. That particular thing is holding true. This trade is holding true. Positive volume, green moon, positive volume, trend buy. That's holding true every single time, 3%. All right, moving along. What do we get? A red moon resets. Remember we talked about this. Then we come back. What do we have? A trend, a reset, a green moon, positive volume, a buy sign. What's that? 1%. Remember I told you guys pay attention to these moving averages? This is the 200 moving average. Remember it's on your indicator on the QE right here. 200 moving average right here, right? We put that in there. It's the orange one, right? Make it a color that you can see. Make it yellow or something, but mine's orange. Always going to be support or resistance. Notice how it's fighting it now, right? Anytime you're below the moving average of 200, your process is that it's going to be harder to go above it than it is to bounce off it, right? So a lot of times you're going to play that line as that's the profit. Like, that's the rejection line, right? I love these last couple of days looking at this chart. So remember, if you hit a coin and it's hitting that 200 like that, a lot of times just take that profit there and then wait for it to, you know, retrace and go at it again and then take profit again and then it comes down, fight it again, and eventually, you know, it's going to short its way down and kind of work out. It's just the way it is, right? That's the moving average right there. So here you would have took this profit here anyways, and you'd be out this trade, right? Now that you're out this trade, it has to reset, right? What do you mean by that, VC? I mean, it has to go red moon right here. Red moon comes down. We get green moon again. What do we get? Green moon, green trend, green moon, buy signal. Where that buy signal? Right here. What is that worth? 1%. right there, 1%. That's actually a 2% move right there, 1.98. So we're going to say that you got in halfway decent there. You got in right there, 1% guaranteed. What do we have there? We have a reset, a green moon. So trend, moon, buy, 1%. Trend, moon, buy, 1.5%. That's holding true right now. That's holding true. All right. Once again, reset, comes down, red. We go back. Let's see what we got here. So now we come back off the reset. What do we get? Green moon, right? Remember last time we were talking about how we get trend, green moon, positive volume on a reset? 1%. Let's see, we got that marked here. So trend, moon, 1%. That happened again, okay? That's on a reset, a retrace. Now, if it has a buy sign and a moon, then it normally goes for 3%. But without a buy sign, we're getting 1% on that. All right, boom, resets, comes down. Oh, we did have a little buy sign right here. Is that the one we got there? All right, let's see this. Let's see this again. Reset. How did I miss that? My bad. My bad. Okay, coming here. Reset. Coming down. Green moon. Buy signal. Trend. 1%. Did we get it? 2%. What do we have? What do we have? Okay. Retrace. We have trend, moon, buy. 2%. Trend, moon, buy. Trend, moon, buy. 1.5%. Holding strong on its information. All right, let's go. Sliding down. Then it goes red. Retraces just the green moon. We got our 1%. I already marked that down. 1%. We got it. Coming back. Reset. Green moon. And now we have a green moon, right? Which gives us another pump here. Even we're positive volume. And look at that pump right there. We were able to, just a green moon did a nice little jump right there of 1%. That's crazy. So the green moon has its moments. The green moon does have its moments. Now you come in here, the green moon comes in, it retraces. Green moon, trend. No buy signal though, no buy signal. And it goes sideways for a while, right? Here's your buy. It goes sideways and then the buy signal comes in. Now remember guys, what are we fighting? The moving average. We're fighting the 200 moving average. But you do get a buy signal right here, right? So moon trend, right? You got a little 1% move right there. So just so you can see that, you know, you're holding true here. They're not the greatest. I like all three indicators. But, I mean, that is pulling a nice little 1% right there, no problem. And the buy signal right here, if you were waiting and you were more cautious, same thing, same 1%. So no matter what, green moon trend 1%. Green moon trend buy 1%. So let's go over here. So green moon. Moon trend buy. Moon trend buy 2%. I'm going to keep it at 2. I'm going to lower it to 2% from 3. Then moon and trend. Moon and trend. I don't have a moon and trend. But positive volume, you're still getting it. So moon, trend, 1%. Not, you know, not worth the risk. I don't like the 1% ones because it just seems like we're just too much risk there. Too much risk for that 1%, right? But we're getting it. Moon, trend, 1%. Moon, trend, buy. Solid 1%. Ugh. All right, let's go through here. Here's a reset, right? Remember, we don't trade any of these because we got reset. Once we have a reset, being patient like we're supposed to, even though this shot up here, right? Now, if you're running lower, if you're running lower leverage, guys, let's be honest. If you're running lower leverage, right? So like a 10x, right? Let's say you're doing a 10x. That's not the way I would trade, but if you're running lower leverage and you get in on that buy signal, right? What you're going to do is you're going to put your stop loss when you go across where it is, the average, you're going to find the candle with a wick on it, and that's going to be your stop loss. Like in here, somewhere in here, even this one right here, this would be my stop loss. If I got in here, my stop loss would be somewhere on the average of the, like I would look for a support line. So two top of these candles, bottom of this wick, seems to be a support line. That's your stop loss. And then if you're riding this trade with a 10x or a 20x, you're allowing it to go up and down because you do have positive volume. Remember, green moon, positive volume, buy signal. You're letting it ride itself out, and you're going to let it ride because I don't know what you're looking for. But let's say you let it ride, and what you're looking for is the volume to basically, get close to maxing itself out around here, or even getting above the green, the green 10 line, right? And you're just riding it out, and eventually it breaks free right here. I mean, yeah, great job. I don't recommend that. That's kind of crazy. I don't know how often that run happens, but if you're using a lower time frame, you could definitely try to run that out. But this took 1, 2, 3, 4. That's like 5 hours, right? That's a 5 to 6 hour trade. I don't know if that's a trade that you have to go back and look at support lines. And you're going for the long haul, right? But this right here, guys, this is what I'm talking about. So keeping it simple, man, I would have closed out already and moved on, and and then once that trade kind of went through there, we're waiting for it to reset. So once it resets, which happens right here, right, we get a reset, boom, then we come back, green moon, right, green trend, green moon, positive volume with a buy sign right here, and we get that move anyways. We catch that move anyways. Right there we enter. What is that? Nice little move. So trend, moon, look at that. Trend, moon, buy. Trend, moon, buy. What do we have? Let's go look here. Trend, moon, buy. Once again, 1.5%. I mean, it's hitting every single time. It's hitting every time. We're getting paid off that. Going here, positive volume. It resets. Now that it reset, we go back and what we're waiting for. Green trend, moon, buy. What do we get? Trend, like even on this, the green moon. So trend to moon, right? Trend to moon. That retrace, man. Yeah, that retrace from trend to moon, easily jumping off 1% every time. And then it turned into a buy. So trend, retrace. Remember, retrace is where you have a long that's already happening. It pulls back with it. You've got into a trade, you're out of a trade. It retraces to a red moon. It stays positive volume or comes back into positive and then goes green moon again. You enter right here on green moon. You get that run and then it turns into a buy, which means when that buy signal hits on this, you stay in this trade and then you just run this next trade up here. And that's where you would take profits somewhere in here. That would have been a nice little, I mean, that's a beautiful trade right there. I mean, that's easy 2% right there. That's what I'm saying. Like these trades are getting 2% every time. So I mean, trend moon 1% every time it's hidden. That's another one that hit. So I'm gonna have to put trend moon hit again. All right, so let's see what else we got going on as we slide down. Buy signal comes in, so you hold one more candle. You get your other candle. There's no wicks on the bottom, and then this wick pops up here, and you sell. No wick, I'm out, right? Once again, you got to wait for the retrace. Retrace happens right here, right? And here you go again. This is another, like, you know, you had a sell signal come in here, right? From a sell, right? Here's your sell. They were taking profits right here, heavy profit taking. Then you get hit with a buy signal, right? Once again, that's another percent. So trend buy signal ends up being another percent right there. So trend and a buy signal. Trend buy. Those are averaging 2%. Trend buy, boom, right? Here's your retest right here. Comes down, green moon. There's your buy. You take your profits. You're still in a green moon. It goes into a sell out of nowhere, and then a buy signal hits. That buy signal hits again with a green trend. There you go. Anytime you have a sell sign, you go back into a buy, sell to buy, you can jump on that. Right? So far, this is all kind of coming out the way it's supposed to. So what I'm going to do here, once again, reset here. You wait. You got low. You're building up. Low volume, green moon. There's low volume, not in this trade, right? You keep going. You keep going. Here's a green moon with some green volume, but you have nothing here. No trend. Then all of a sudden it goes low volume. You get a green trend, but you're really, look at that volume. That's kind of poopy right there. Like, look at that. Green moon. Your volume pops right here, but notice there's no buy signal, right? No buy signal, right? Oh, here's your buy. Yeah. But that's where the buy already happened, right? You see how it sneaks in there? So here's your green moon, right? Your positive volume, your buy signal, right? Let's see what that is. That's a 1%er right there. That's right there. So that has to go in there. So yeah, that's a 1% move. So no matter what, so here's your green, right? And you got your buy, and then you got your trend. So the buy signal already happened. Moon buy. So anytime that goes moon buy, remember that. When it goes moon buy and the trend comes in, it seems to be a weaker trade. Remember, we saw that earlier. When it goes moon buy trend, it gets weaker. Right? Yeah, moon buy trend, it gets weaker. Moon buy trend, it gets weaker every time. It's that volume. See right here, that volume's kicking in right there. The trend hits, but it's low volume. Then we get a little bit of a push. This is a 0.5% move there, and this could be a trade that we look at and go, okay, you got in right down here. This is one of those. Could be a losing trade. We can take this as a loss out of all the wins that we've had. This is why when you get in, right? So let's say you got in here, you caught your green moon, your buy signal, you've made profit there. Then you're already in this, and you can't get into another trade until there's a retest or a reset, right? And without the reset, right, I wouldn't get in this trade. So green moon, buy signal, no more trades until there's a reset, right? All right, now we slide across. What happens? Here's our reset. Let's keep going. Green moon, right? Negative volume. This is negative volume right here. It's like literally, you need it to be at least above. See these little lines, like, right? It needs to be like something like this. It needs to be a positive type, at least a 1.5 or something, right? So somewhere like here, man, this is a 2 line. So let's just put a line here and say 1.6. So we need the volume to at least be crossing over the 1.6, right? Something like that. Right? That's trash right there. No volume, negative. You're coming across. Green moon, negative volume, no biggie. There is a green moon here. We do get a buy, and look what that buy does again. Yo, it doesn't matter when that green moon hits and that buy hits. I mean, it is cranking. Like it is cranking a 1%. Yo, this buy signal is the buy signal and the green moon are cranking 1%ers. And that, that's, see how that passed that line, that positive line right there? All right, so, coming in here, the green moon hits right there. That volume is spiking. That's a 1% right there. So, been in this chair for way too many hours. But yeah, so I mean, right there, once again, we get hit with that bonus right there. Green moon, negative volume with a buy signal. It's still 1%. I mean, I'm not even going to call this positive. I'm going to call this negative. I'm going to call this negative, man. Moon buy 1%. I mean, it's just hitting. It went positive because it was negative at first, but it did go positive. So now we have to let this rock and roll here. I mean, now you're coming over here, and now you have a green moon. The buy went through, and we need a reset. Remember we talked about that. Remember how we talked about you need a reset? All right, so here we go. So green moon, blah, blah, blah. We need a reset because the trade already happened here, right? Even though this trade looks like it ends up being promising here. And that's a lot of times that you might be even waiting for a trade, right? Green moon, buy, trend, right? There's your move. All right, let's see what that's coming out with. Green moon, buy, trend. Moon, buy, trend, 5%. So normally these moves right here, moon, buy, trend is 5%. Let's see what this is. Moon, trend, buy, 5%. 2%. So, I mean, we'll put it down. The last one we saw was 5%. Moon, buy, trend, 5%. I'm going to cut that down to 2%. Right? We'll make it 3 because it's a little bit higher. But we're cutting our average down here. But once again, not too shabby. Once that big push happens, once again, it's breaking down right there. You're selling the tip of that. Here we go. Now, let's say that you follow a rule and say, I see a buy signal happen. The green moon, that buy went in. I'm not taking this trade. It doesn't really hurt you. Like, you'll find a different trade. So let's say you don't take that trade. You let it reset. And now we're waiting for the reset. So then we come all the way down. We're red, we're red, we're red. And finally, we reset green. Green, positive volume with a buy signal once again. Once again, that thing strikes. Green moon, buy signal, 1%. Green moon buy, green moon buy, green moon positive, right? So positive, green moon, buy, 2%. I mean, I'm going to keep it at 2% because it seems to be, that's 1.65, but it depends on where you got in there. But that's about a 2%er right there. Let's move forward. Reset. We come back down. Green moon. Buy. We're positive. This buy would have came in here. And what is that? So 1% right there. So let's just green moon. Buy signal. I'm just going to put it at 1% because that's the minimum that it hits, and I like it. And it hits every time. It looks like it's hitting. Is it worth watching or getting into? We're going to see when we're done with the data, right? I mean, so far, these things are promising, right? Reset, retest. Now, we still have to take in consideration, like, where the 1 hour trend is, right? Is the 1 hour trend red or is it green? Is the 30-minute red or green, right? Is this coin in a positive trace or a negative trace? This is another aspect of the what we're going to be doing in the videos. The next video is we're going to go in and we're going to dig in a little bit deeper and take a look as far as like when we have the when we know what the 1 hour trend is, the 30-minute trend is, and then our 15-minute trend. So this way, and our 5-minute, we're going to take a look at all the trends so that we can start figuring out why I'm always talking about the 1 hour trend, right? So now I can show you guys. I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about. All right, so here we go. As we go here, we have negative volume. This is that one little buy signal that you could have got into. Negative volume here. So this ended up being a nice little run here. Green moon, green buy. Once again, 2%. I got it down for 1 because it seems to continuously at least give us 1, which is great. Reset, red moon. Finally, we come back in, and what do we get? Green moon, positive volume, green trend. And that's our runner right there. Look at that. Is there a buy signal in there? Yeah, the buy signal is way back here. All right, so here we go. We have a buy signal locked in way back here. Green moon, trend, and explosion. So let's see here. Buy signal. Buy trend moon. Buy trend moon. That's about right. So buy moon trend, an easy banger right here. This thing went flying, man. Jesus. Look at that. Now that's what you live for. You're playing small ball all day, right? You're small ball. And every once in a while, a trade like this comes along, and it just explodes. Because right here, you're in this trade, right? And we're gonna go over like getting in and out of these trades. But the 5-minute, the 3 and the 5 on this, you know, getting in on these trades. Look at this green. You're moving to the top. There's a pullback. There's, you know, a red moon and green volume. There's 2 green volumes. So this is a trade that we'll come back and we'll study as far as like as we go forward, like where are we keeping these trades, right? Even if you would have caught this trade, ran up here, sold, it retraced, it comes back, trend, moon, buy signal, boom, it happens again. We make more money, we sell, it comes back down, retrace. Once again, grand trend, moon, boom, explosion. Here we go again, on the move. All right, goes all the way up. Now it's a big one right there. Boom, right? So we're just clocking this, right? So let's go back over that again so you understand. Remember, we get into a buy. Here's our buy signal. Stays on here the entire time. The buy signal, we're waiting for a green moon and then a trend. We hit that. Here's our 30%, right? Let's go ahead and take a look at what our percent would have been there. Bada boom, bada bing. We get in here, green moon, green trend. We buy somewhere here. That's, oof, we get a big jump here. What do we have? 4%, right? Now, if you're doing a 50x, what's 4%? That's 200x on your money. That's a home run. So at that point, you're taking profits, right? You're not greedy. You're taking profits. You sell. Bada boom, bada bing. It comes down. It retraces. What do we talk about? Once we take a trade, what happened? It has to reset. Red moon. We wait. It resets. Green moon. What do we have? We have a buy signal, a green trend, a green moon. What do we get? Another 5% move, another 200x. We move along, we sell, we wait again. It resets. What do? We reset, come back, green buy signal, green trend, green moon, and we're in again in here. What does it do? It explodes again, and then now it's parabolic because it's green, 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 and your 15-minute RSI right here hasn't bent. It's just moving up. So you're staying in this trade the entire time until it bends right here and you sell. This move right here, massive. This trade right here, so you get in right there, right? There you go. You go until this line here, right? Bada boom, bada bing. What is that? Nice. 6%er. Oh my God, that's a 6% trade right there. Beautiful. Green. I mean, honestly, I would have stayed in this trade until I seen yellow, right? Or at least a big dip, right? Here's a bounce, And then boom, somewhere here when I started, you know, when I broke this down here and it turned red right here, where's that at? Oh my God, look at that. You would have ran this up to what? 12% on the red moon. Look at that. Down to here, red moon, 12% trade. Oh my God. I mean, you're doing a 50x on this, right? That's right? So do the math. 600%. You just 6 times your money. One trade, right? But this all comes from doing the thing. And some of the, I don't even care about that. That's a great trade. Phenomenal. But what happens is by doing the 30% profits every single time, this is how you were in there. By following the rules of engagement, positive volume, buy signal, positive volume, green moon, green trend, boom, right? So far, looking this over, when we have a trend, all right, so positive volume, we have a trend, a buy, and then a moon, we're getting an average of 1.5%. We have a trend, a moon, and a buy, 1.5%. When we retrace, we have a trend and just the moon pops back up 1%. When we retrace and go from green, that retrace means that the green is, the trend is still green. We did a trade, we got out, it reset. I'm gonna put reset instead of retrace because I want to use the same language. So this way we're not talking different when we're talking about this, right? So a lot of times I might be the problem here. All right, so reset. When we reset, we go from green to red moon back to green moon. So when we reset with the green trend, we go from green moon to red, red to green, trend to moon 1%. Trend with a buy sign, right? Meaning the buy signal came back. So there was a sell signal that came in. The buy signal came back after the sell, 2%. Moon trend buy, 2%, right? So I mean these numbers, man. So right here, moon buy trend 3%, right? Moon and a buy 1%. Moon buy trend 1%, right? So these buy trend moon 2%. So with positive volume, guys, we're averaging 2% on a trade right now. I mean, 1% is all we want, so that's perfect. 1.5, that's our average right now. I mean, I'm not even going to take into these crazy trades. I'm not even going to take those, and that's just stupid, right? So here, green moon, we reset. Green moon happens again. What happens here? Trend is there. We reset from a red to a green moon. What happens there? We get into another trade. What is that? What is that? Right? We're still in a buy. It's still a buy, right? So it's just a reset of the green moon. Red to green moon. We buy here. What do we get? That's our finale. What are we getting on the finale? In the finale. What are we getting on the finale? Fadagos. Yeah, what are we getting right here? Oh, forget about it. Forget about it. Or could it just mean forget about it? Or what does it mean? Forget about it. Right? What does this mean? Red moon reset to green, right? Green pops here. You get in, you came in late. Bada boom, bada bing. And what do you got there? 3% Maron. I don't know what to tell you guys, but I mean, I'm trying to understand where the issue is. The issue is you're not buying on green value. You're not buying on positive value, right? This is the 15-minute, right? This is all 15-minute trades. 15-minute trades, right? These are the 15-minute time frames. Very easy, 15-minute on Floki. Very simple to use. Very simple to focus on. Let's get this again. Let me continue on to maybe there's differences here. Green moon, positive volume, right? Green trend, green moon, positive volume. But the positive volume is what? It's below the one. It's below this 1 point, or what I put a line at, 1.78, 1.8, right? That little line right there. It's below that, right? So we don't consider that positive, right? It's just finagling. 1.7. It's still below, so we stay out, right? Green trend, green moon, not positive volume. We let it roll. It comes back. What does it do? It gives us a buy signal. It goes positive. Right? What is that? That's a nice little move there. I'm sure that's probably 1%. Let's go worst case scenario here. Yeah, 1%. Worst case scenario, 1%. Right? Green moon, green trend, positive volume, buy signal, 1%. Right? So we ended up winning that trade on a terrible situation. Right? 1%, 1%. Why do you guys think I keep telling you guys 1%, 1%? Because it's the damn average. Right? 1%, 1%. VC, I'm not just saying this shit because I like saying 1%. Right? 1%, man. 1% milk, 1% milk. All right, green moon, reset, green moon, coming along, negative volume, green trend, negative volume, green trend, negative volume. We stay out of there. It comes all the way back. What happens here? Green trend, buy signal, positive volume, buy signal, bada boom, bada bing. What do we get right here on this move right here? %. Once again, 2%, 2%. So guys, that is basically what I'm seeing right here. So I'm going to, do another video in a little bit on this, and I want to get to where we're bringing in, the newer time. So right now, I'm convinced that the basics here, when you go with the green moon, negative, positive volume, buy signal right there, that's just letting you know there's positive volume right there. So to me personally, once this goes above that line, you should be buying anyways. Even if you didn't have this buy signal, as soon as you see the volume break that line right there, you should be buying into this right here. Boom. And that's your move right there. And then you sell. You have to take that %. That's kind of like the move. Now for here, let's say we come back, what happens? It goes in. Here's your buy signal. It retraces. Green moon comes again. What have we talked about? Green, and this might be even a great way to play, which would be a continuation of a green moon and a buy signal. So you have a buy, a green trend. You let the moon reset. Then you come in on the next green moon after the red comes in, right? So green moon resets, turns up again, and then you get in right in here, and then you have that run. That might be a way to play this, and that's kind of what I'm looking at. Is a lot of times when you have a green trend, so green moon, green trend, negative volume, what should you do? Buy signal, right? You could play the buy signal, or you can just wait for the that buy, but after that you reset. Maybe you want to play the reset. Maybe waiting for the buy signal to come in and go, I'm gonna let it reset. Let it reset. Green moon hits again, you get in here and you ride that up. That right there is another way to play the bounce or the retracement. That's a 2% move right there. That's another 2% move, and possible if you stayed in there and you rolled that out. You're looking here until you get a green moon, which would be right in here, the zone here. You're cracking a nice little, 2.5%, 3%, maybe even more. But yeah, that might be a way to play this, and that's something we'll look at as we move along. Maybe playing the bounce is a lot better for you guys. But honestly, those other moves, as long as you're taking your 30% profit, you guys should be killing this shit right now, man. All right, so I'm gonna make another video. I'm gonna add this. This will be the next video that I bring up. I'm gonna go into the charts. I'm gonna add some 1 hour time frames for the trends on the 1 hour, the 15 to 5, and then we'll go and take a look at that and see what we have from there. Other than that, guys, hope this is helping you out, guys. We'll be getting more into this, but other than that, good luck, God bless, guys, and we'll be on tonight a little bit later trading.